G'day, Diesel from Getting Around Oz, camper trailer travelling, and welcome to what will be the next leg of our big lap. So at this point we are looking to explore the southwest of WA. I feel like, not enough people know about it, to be honest. It's an amazing part of the country, and definitely a very nice part of WA. Definitely for certain parts of the year. So right now we're down here in Denmark. We're down here for what's at this point is only a weekend, because we had to come down this way to for a visit to look at something which basically is without giving it away, there's a bit of a change coming up for our family, and us as a travelling unit. I don't want to give it away yet, but so we'll do that tomorrow. We'll check that out. But for the moment we're actually staying down at Peaceful Bay, which is, I'll chuck it up on the map now. It's a bit of a trek down from Perth. It's about a five hour drive south, but we're going to have a bit of a look around here at the moment and see what's around here. I've got to say, it is a beautiful part of the world. It really is. The weather was a little bit rough last night. A bit later on I'll show you the caravan park and where we're camping at the moment, and it's been a bit of a shambles because we didn't plan this one at all. Literally I was sitting down and put out a few emails to a few caravan parks to see if we could get in, and got a cut and plies, and I thought, you know what, this one sounds nice, let's check it out. But just pretty much grab things on the fly, and we've forgotten a heap of things, which is a bit unlike us. Normally fairly organised, but it's a bit of a shambles, but I'll go through that later on. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and that would help us out. And for everyone else, if you liked the video, give it a like and chuck in something in the comments, thoughts, suggestions. Tell us if you did like and didn't like, all that sort of stuff. That's all, it's great fun for me, and it tells me what you guys, essentially want to see. Righto, so we just had lunch at the Denmark Tavern. There's a pub you're going to go to in Denmark. Make sure it's that one. It was a belter. So it's got a tradie, it's got a sports bar, it's got a restaurant. So they've got a decent sort of beer garden as well, and there's an outdoors area as well where people had dogs and those types of things. I also had a massive kids playground there as well. So absolute recommendation, and anyone knows me knows I always like to try a nice new beer on tap. But anyway, drove the road here, heading back towards Peaceful Bay now, and then driving in, we've seen there's a lot of ice creameries and chocolate places and wineries, those type of things. So we're going to drop in and see a few on the way back here. And so dropped in the Denmark, sorry, look at the sign here, the Denmark Chocolate Company. We're just going to check out some chockies, and we'll see how we go here. Failed to mention before was they do port and liqueur tasting here as well, so you get tasting paddles. I don't want us to film inside there, but yeah, if that's your thing, get around it, because looks like it's a pretty good show here. Alright, so what chockies did we get?
strawberry flavour, orange flavour. I don't know what this flavour is.
Can we have a look?
There's caramel.
Oh, wow. That pretty good?
Yes.
Alright, so look, we're back at camp now, but at the last spot is the Denmark chocolate factory, whatever it was. It was really good. We managed to pick up some bacon and some snacks there, so there was some small goods, cheese, chocolates, wine tasting as well, so I need to wet a whistle there with a couple of things, and unfortunately just sort of run out of time pretty quickly here, so just back at camp here now. So I did mention before, Peaceful Bay Caravan Park is $39 for a powered site, 32 unpowered. It's very much a country park. In the morning I'll try and running out of light now, but in the morning I'll try and show you a bit more about the park. But yeah, it's definitely bush camping. It's a nice big green lush areas, and when the weather's nice, this would be a beauty of a spot. But unfortunately, the weather's pretty average here at the moment, so I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to record anything in the morning. It's supposed to be some rain tonight or in the morning, but we'll see how it goes. The amenities here are pretty good. They're spending a bit of money on this place. So there's a kiosk where you can buy some sort of small groceries and firewood. There's fire pits here as well. The toilet and dunny blocks are all brand new as well, and there's the laundry there as well, which is pretty cheap. I think it's like a buck a pop to use with the wash and dry as well, which is pretty good. So yeah, not much else to tell other than, well, that's right, I remember telling you it was a shambles as well. Unfortunately, the week before we left, I had some friends move back to Perth from North and WA, and we lent them a bit of our camping gear, and unfortunately chairs, we gave them those, and I thought, oh, no worries, I'll just grab 2 deck chairs, and we used the seat for the camper here and see how it goes. And this was sort of how it went. I thought this was a camp chair. Yep, what an idiot. I sort of grabbed it and went. So fortunately, another camp chair there. I forgot rope to pull the camper over, so I had to use an extension lead on that one. What else we get? Sauce, bucket for the sink here. So at the moment, that we just try not to use anything, so we obviously don't want it to go all over the bloody ground there. So we've only really got the saucepan there, that's it, but we washed that once. Other than that, we're sort of try not to get too much going on. There's a host of things we just simply bloody forgot because we're in a rush, but hey, it just makes for more fun, doesn't it? And a good story to tell. So yeah, so we'll see how we go here tonight. In the morning, if the weather's decent in the morning, I'll try and give you a quick look around the park and those types of things. But for tonight, I'll give you an example. One of the things we bought, this bloody sausage here, what they call them, Mississippi sausage. So all sorts there. And unfortunately we didn't get to the ice creameries and those types of things, but in regards to like a touristy and sort of placed area, never knew all these things are down. There's bloody wineries everywhere, so if you love wine and want to try some wine and do some wine tours, or maybe get yourself a designated driver, there's heaps of things to check out. And nice little places to eat and those types of things. So so hopefully when we're here, obviously just down here for a couple of weeks, but in a couple of weeks we're actually going to spend a few weeks down here and really explore, and we'll try and show you a bit more then. But that's probably about it for tonight, and we'll see how the weather is in the morning. We'll see if we can show you a bit more then. Something we have been asked about as well with the cooktop and the Robson being pretty open. What you can see here is, I'll just make sure the audio works. This thing here, I'll chuck it up on screen where we got it, but obviously, like I said, the weather's been pretty bloody average, but these things here do the job, better, well, no matter how much wind, we've been some pretty bloody windy times and starting to go through, and it looks like we've got a few drops of rain. That's the hissing you can hear, so I'll have to chuck these on here before we can't. Good morning. Yeah, look, unfortunately the weather's turned on us, as it seems to keep happening. But what we might do, obviously we're about to pack up and head to Albany to check out that thing I was talking about, that I wasn't specific about. So what I might do is I'll show you just how wet it is here. I might take the chance to show you something that we get a lot of questions about, and it's packing up the camper when it's wet, and how wet do the beds and the inside bits get. So I'll give you a quick look at it, and I'll show you just how wet the camper is right now, and how some of the runoffs work and the canvas and that sort of stuff. And if we get time later today when we get home, we'll open it up and we'll show you and see how wet the inside is. If it's not sweet, but it's likely to be a bit of dampness there. But yeah, I think there's been quite a few of you ask about it, so we'll see how it goes. But I'll just give you a quick look here. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't leave too much out. I should have packed up the mat last night, but you sort of see most of the side bits here sort of all runs off pretty well. That's just a bit of surface water there. Side here, it's sort of under the tree, but again, most of it runoffs sort of just at the top here. Yeah, there's on the inside, being an idiot. See around the side there again, most just surface stuff, so that'll be fine. We could leave it half an hour and most of it will dry out, but we just haven't got time today. So again, a bit of surface water, but this is where you can see that's soaked. Again, you see it's dry on the inside, and that's what I would expect it to be like on the inside, but sometimes obviously it just seeps through after it's been sitting there, which will be a day by the time we get home. You can see there it's sort of pretty wet, but so anyway, look, we'll pack it up. It is what it is, and we can always just let it dry at home without too many problems. But yeah, hey, we'll see how it goes anyway. We'll get out of the rain. We're going to get this packed up quick because it's actually starting to rain again. Camper trailer life on the road, eh? Okay, so we're back in Perth now. We've driven up from Albany this afternoon after we did our little inspection. So basically it rained and it's pretty windy and we couldn't really do much on the way back. However, we'll recommend the Denmark Bakery is where we stopped in for breakfast. Really bloody good, and the Mount Barker Country Bakery as well. Like we mentioned before, we packed up in the rain this morning, so I'm going to show you how it's come out and see it's still wet. It'll dry out. The canvas will dry out pretty quickly here tonight, but obviously we're going to check out how wet it is inside. So you can see the water here, so the actual canvas is still wet. I'll drop it, so it's all sort of, see from here, so that's all sort of from the roof there. But you ready to have a look inside?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go, moment of truth.
So it's a bit, just down here, there's a bit of water, but I feel like our seals don't quite seal there properly because it always gets a bit of water in through the door.
In the door, you reckon?
Yeah, we had it when we were doing in cans and stuff as well. And then other than that, like, so other than that bit I just showed you there, like it's wet here, so you certainly wouldn't be sleeping on that. You'd want to be changing that tonight. And in this corner as well, it's just a little bit damp.
So shine the light back on that spot there. There you go, now you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so damp spot there.
Yeah,
where
because this didn't cover, this is just a spare blanket I put over to kind of cover the sheet, but it wasn't big enough to cover it all. So the rest of it where this was covering is fine. Oh, hang on. No, that's a bit wet too.
It's a bit damp down the corner.
Just damp, yeah. So I'd just be taking it off and putting another sheet on tonight if we were on the road.
How's the mattress itself?
No, oh, it's a little bit damp there. Not a lot, yeah.
Try and bring that one up. And all the canvas on the inside is all dry as well, so I'll give you a quick look at the outside in a sec, but
that's wet there though. It's the ends where the ends are folded.
Okay, and where the window is, it's wet there as well, is it?
No, more the green. I guess that's got 3 layers there, doesn't it? Like the window and then the netting, whereas that doesn't.
That's sure there as well. But we'll have a quick look and the other end.
The other end's actually done quite well.
Because that was under the tree, wasn't it? So the roof didn't probably get quite as wet.
Yeah, it's just slightly damp on the edges. So again, if we were on the road tonight, I'd be changing the sheets and putting new sheets on. But the actual mattress is dry and fine. So yeah, just take off the sheet and put another one on. But it's certainly by far one of the driest we've seen it when we've packed away.
Yeah.
Wet. Maybe we've worked it out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, and obviously we got this here, so get out of here. So yeah, so that's still wet there, so we'll see. It'll probably dry in half an hour or so. Oh, that it's. Yeah, look, in the 10 minutes we've had it out, it's sort of starting to draw a bit of water there. Just check the roof. So that's that. So we'll see how long that takes to dry than that.
Getting some more of these waterproof things from Kmart, which we use for the kids in case they have an accident, and putting them over the top before we fold away.
Do the trick, wouldn't it?
Might actually. It's only taken us about, what, 60 shutdowns in the rain to think of that?
Yeah, so this side's completely dry. So basically just open it up there to get some air in, and again, that's dry. It's just the end, so there you go, that's the verdict. So and it was raining, you know, it was raining pretty bloody decently when we packed up this morning. Probably half an hour or so. We didn't really have any option. We, as is always the case, well, it's probably a bit windy. As is always the case, think, oh no, it hasn't rained all morning, it's going to be good to go. And then by the time you sort of get up and about, and then it starts to rain, and you rue the miss chance you had. But that's just how it goes. But anyway, that's the end of this trip. It was just one of those trips where nothing went right. My GoPro was playing up, the drone I couldn't get to work. There's a problem with that app, so I had to reinstall that, and by the time I went on that, it was blowing its head off and bloody ran anyway. So other than that, hey, we got no damage, no one got hurt. We got to get away for a few days, which was nice. We got to see a nice spot, so we're back down there in a couple of weeks where we're actually going to spend a bit of time. We're actually going to spend a bit of time down the southwest of WA. 2 weeks, well, it's about 2 weeks time, so we'll likely drop back down through that area and have a bit of a squeeze and show some of the coastline, because it's really bloody nice, but we couldn't even get the camera in out there. It was just shit house. That's how it goes. So that we'll finish up the episode here. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. Hey, give us some help to try and get out there for anyone else that might want to see something. This might be helpful to them, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And that's all I got. I'm Diesel for Getting Around Rolls. Thanks for watching.
So Dion's making me film some stuff for him, and he's driven off, and I'm just walking along the road. Oh, look, people.